So it's a big mess back there. I hope you'll excuse my mess, for you see I'm working on 2 journals at one time. That can get a bit confusing. Sometimes I find myself like mixing this lace or this color or whatever with the wrong journal. That's not a good thing. I hope you're all doing well today. This is Bev from Art by Bedell, and I have another project in my journal, my Lapbook journal combination, or folio, if you want to call it a folio. And this is part 11, and we're going to be working with some circles and possibly some flowers today. So I'll turn the camera around, we'll get to it. So this is our journal, and we have 3 pages done. We're starting our 4th page today, and I think that we are going to pick the very front page today. I've kind of been avoiding the front page, but I've decided on a project with some circles, and I thought, you know what, I think this would look pretty cute here. So the first thing I need to do is this page that I beetroot dyed is tearing a little bit on the edges. Which probably is okay, but I don't want it to tear further. So I'm going to take a piece of the print that we have, that we've been working on, that's from Calico Collage. No, I keep calling it Calico Collage, and it's weathered texture. I'm so sorry. So it's weathered texture, and I'm going to make a fold, probably about a ½ inch. And we're just going to fold that over. And then we're going to take it and we're going to glue it to this side of the page. We'll leave this open just in case. We can eventually glue it down if we want, or not, but for now we're going to leave it open. So I'm going to ink up around the edge of that real quick. As you know, we like to have our edges all inked up. And we'll just do that real quick here for you. So I want to thank you all for joining me and staying with us. We've got a long road ahead of us. We haven't even really done much to the folio or the Lapbook part of it. I guess I got hung up on wanting to work on the journal. So anyhow, thanks for joining me. And if you haven't been here and this is your first video in this series, then you can check out below. I have a link for all of the videos. It's a playlist. So there we have that. Now we'll take a little bit of our Barely Art glue and we'll glue that to the page, and then that'll secure that so that it's not going to tear. It's likely to tear anyhow. I mean, eventually probably these will tear, and then we'll do the top and the bottom, but not the inside of it. Okay, and then we'll just slip that over the edge of our page, just like so, and fold it on. There. Now we're all secure. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside because, this is this print here on the beetroot dyed paper is from a stencil, and I thought that turned out, actually all of the stencil pages that I did turned out really, really nice. I was quite surprised and very happy with how it worked. So we have a head start. We don't feel as though we have to really just go to work on adding something to the page because we've already got this. And I don't really necessarily want to cover all that up. So anyhow, what we need are 3 circles, and I'm going to use this Fisker's template that has all these sizes of circles, and I'm going to use 3 different papers. And I think the back one, the biggest one, is going to be book paper. So I'll just draw around that like that. And then the next one, I'm going to use my cleanup paper and do a circle on that one. We got that. And then the last one, the smaller one here, I want to use this, which is another stencil on our beetroot dyed paper. And I want to cut one of these out, have one of these like centered right in the top of this. Okay, So I'll set that aside because I think we're done with that. And we'll cut these out. Be easier if I had punches to cut them out, but I don't. Or a Cricut would be nice to have just to cut them out for me. And I do have the Cricut, and I could do that, but it seems like such a hassle to get it all out and set it up because I don't have it just setting up all the time because I rarely use it. So I thought, well, we're just going to use the Fisker's template and we're just going to cut ourselves some circles. So there's one. And let's do this paper. So these, I had also challenged myself with this journal to do something different because I had been stuck in a rut where I was doing the same thing all the time. And I thought, you know what, it's time to do something different. So this is what we're doing. And this is an interactive element that's going to move. This part of the page doesn't leave any room for journaling, but we're going to include something that will. So we'll be cool anyhow. And then our book paper. So I got up this morning and I thought, you know what? I have some family I haven't seen in a while and I want to go see them. So I am preparing by having a video marathon where I'm hoping to get several videos done. Isn't that cool? That looks nice. Let's ink up the edges of that. Several videos done and have them ready to go so that I can take 3 or 4 days off, go visit some of my family, and have something for you also in the works that it will be scheduled and just magically appear, and it'll be so cool, right? It'd be like, there it is, and she's not even home. So I'm trying to think, do I want to do any stamping on these, or I don't know, you know, I like that little design from the stencil on this one, and I like all the color from this one. Are they too plain? I'm going to stack them on my page and take a look and see. I'm going to put a flower across the top, and I have a brad that I'm going to attach them all with. So if we do this, and this, and this, and this is going to make our tuck spot down here. I really like that. Now for the flower across the top, I had made up a bunch of these little flowers like this, and I'm going to add that to it. It's pretty cool to have some things made up, and then you can just go to work on it. And I'm thinking that I want to add part of my paper ruffle here, so I'll cut a piece of that. Put that on there like that. We'll put this on here. And then this is really a cheater one, it feels like me today. Feels like for me today, because I had also gathered up some of the little tags and snippets, or clusters, whatever you want to call them. I think these are called snippets. And they had been made out of a master board. So I'm going to add just a little bit of color of my paper to them so that they really look like they belong. And then they're going to go in here. So I do think I'm going to keep this tuck spot open. And I'm going to put this on here. And do I want to tear off this paper and just have that? I think I do. And then I think I might add some lace to it too. So we'll just rip this off. And this was just the base that I had sewn my paper ruffle on. There's still plenty of it behind it. After I got them done, I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave that paper on there because sometimes, and I'm glad I did, because sometimes I have left it on here for the project and it looks pretty cool. But for this one, it's a narrow page. There we go. We have a little bit too much, so we'll cut this piece off, and that can be used for a cluster sometime. And that'll go there. And this can go here. Yes, I like that. So we have already a brad on our flower. I think we'll just open it up. I was thinking I was going to have to get another brad, but it's not looking like it. We'll take our little pokey tool that we have to line these up so that they're all right up there, and just poke a little hole right here. And then we'll put our brad from our flower in there. And then we'll open that back up. Maybe. And then what we have is an element that can turn. Maybe we want it to go up there like that, you know, but it can turn into wherever you want it to be. So let's see what we want for a piece of lace or cheesecloth, something else to add some more to that. I think we'll use our lace that we dyed, and I think just one piece, because this isn't a very wide. I think one piece will look really nice on there. Let's straighten this edge up here, and again save that for a cluster, and then that lace will go there. Yes, yes, I like that. And then we'll put this on here like this. And I do think I like these, instead of being all lined up, I think I like them separated like this. So I think I'm going to separate them each just a little bit and do this. And then we'll work on some tags or journaling cards, or maybe a piece of stationery or something for in there. So let's get this put together, and then we can go from here. I'm going to use some fabric tack for my lace. I'll just add a slight row. Move this down a little bit, just a bit. Okay, got what's the right side and what's the wrong side. Add this lace right on the edge, and then we'll also add some fabric tack to this. And even though we're snipping these and they've been sewn, and you would think this would just go ahead and fray, if you add some glue right down to the bottom of it, that's going to stop it from fraying. So it won't all fall apart. It'd be terrible to have it fall apart on us. So I got a little bit of glue on that. And we'll put this, if I can get a hold of it, right along the edge like that. Yes, I'm liking that. All right, and then we'll put these so that we don't want to put any glue here, because that would prevent anything from going in our tuck spot. So we want to make sure that we keep our glue on this side of our clusters of circles here. We're going to just go ahead and use fabric tack again, because we're gluing to the lace. I think some of it will go on the lace. I'll put this right down on the bottom like this. Now I put glue on that. It's going to stop it from turning. No, maybe not. I got it enough on the bottom and not on the top, so we're good. Just a little element to turn, play, and change around if you want to turn around, change things around. Okay, so for the little tags that I have chosen, I'm thinking, I wonder if I want a bigger one and just have a journaling tag in here instead of stationery. I think our last 3 projects that we did, we had stationery. No, not in that one. We had kind of like this paper. Let's see. The sunflower had stationery. and this one had stationery. So here, I think I'm just going to do a journal tag. So let me see if I have a bigger one that we can incorporate into this. So I think that'll work. Just like that. So let's dress them up a little bit. I think we need some of this paper on it to make it all cohesive. Tear the edges. It's nice if you get some of these with the masterboard done just part way. If you do them all the way, then sometimes I've found that you have a hard time getting them to actually match any project that you're working on. So I've gone to just doing them part way, and then I can add something to the top of them. Any, like the paper that we're working on, or maybe an embellishment that would match the journal. So if we add some of this to this, and we don't need much on this piece, but we do need some of it. Of course, we have to ink it all up, right? Now you'll see with these ones that I did go further, and I did have the focal point already on there, but we can add a piece of this fabric or this paper right here, and I did get them stitched around, so that's kind of nice that that's done. And then on this one, I don't have a focal point, but it has been stitched around. And it doesn't take much to finish them off, just a piece of color to make it all match. And on these two, this one I'm just going to add this and it's going to be done. If I don't close this, I'm going to have glue all over. So we get this piece put right up there underneath that lace, just like that. And we're going to call that quits. It's got some of the blue that our paper has in it, although I don't think this one has any in it, but that'll be okay. And let's put this here and this here, and decide what else we can add to these to make them look pretty cool. This one, anything small, like this. This is a piece I had cut off from one of our other projects, and it has the lace, the fabric, and the paper ruffle. I'm going to add some glue to that to make it so it won't fray. So I think we're going to put this like right on there like that. That's going to finish that one off. Or do we want it on here? No, we'll want something bigger over there. So we use a little fabric tack again. We've got some that's oozing out here. We're just going to spread that around on there. Just like that. And put it on. First we have to glue this down. I don't want to cover up my numbers. I'll go on this side, I think. I like these numbers right here from our ledger paper. I don't want to cover them up. And if this goes off the side, I want to go that way, or I want to go this way. I think I want to go this way. And it's okay if that goes off the side like that. Now, what can we add to the top of that? Let's get this glued down. Decide if we need more paper. Maybe this needs to be turned into a pocket for another tag. I don't know. I think 3 tags are enough. There is some journaling room on the back of that one, and on the back of this one, and this one. So we do have some journaling room there. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? What else, guys? How about some of this paper? This is dictionary paper. Let's add that to it. Some of our lace. I'm sorry, that's not lace, it's fabric. Yeah. I am going to go with some cheesecloth. Some cheesecloth. Okay. Go with, I had picked out this lace to go with that journal. I haven't used any of it yet. And that would be pretty cool. So let's do with some of that. That dresses that up pretty good. And then a piece of this fabric. I don't know whether we need a wider piece. It all matches so well. Let's see. I don't think I want a wider piece of fabric. I think I want to just go with that. I do think I want to add some blue though, so I think I'll get that on there. Get that put down. There we go. All right, so this has a rosebud on it. I wonder if we want to go with flowers for this. Handy, I have my butterflies. So just because one has a flower doesn't mean they all have to have a flower. What if we added a pretty little butterfly here? Do we like that color? Or is it too much yellow? Yeah, I like that color better. So let's put a butterfly on that one. So we have a rosebud, a butterfly. That needs the edges inked up. This is out of a Tim Holtz collection. And let's get some tacky glue put on this one. Add that butterfly right there. So those two I think are done. We just need to figure out this one. Okay, I will be right back after. Okay, so keeping in theme with Who Am I love owls. I wonder if one of these would work there. Pull him out. I don't know whether he would be too big. We won't know until we cut him out, right? So we'll just do a rough job of cutting him out right now until we see if that's what we're going to use. He is awfully cute though. I love to listen to the owls in the springtime talk to each other. There'll be like one across the field over in the woods in this direction, and then there'll be another one across a field from that in the woods in another direction. And then they'll just talk back and forth, and it is so cool. Usually can hear them like in the evening is when I hear them. And I'm really thinking this was going to be the one. Unless he lays on there and says, no, I don't fit. We'll find that out here shortly. I like to find these kids' books about wildlife, whether it's birds or insects, and then use all the beautiful images out of those for main images on some of my ephemera pieces that I make. And that's what this book was. So, do we think he's too big? I don't think so. So, we're going to use them. Ink them up. Get rid of that white space. There he is. He is so cool. All right, let's put this tag together. Just lay our cheesecloth on there, and then when we put the glue on our fabric, it will hold it all together. And we're just going to keep all of these yummy threads that are hanging out all over everywhere. Fabric tack here. Put a nice little line of glue. Stringy stuff that it is. And that will keep our cheesecloth right in place. We have that. And then we have this piece that we need to make sure we get fabric glue on the ends, because this one does want to fray, which I think is why they had it taped here. Let's see if I can get the tape off. So on this, we want to make sure. There we go. Now, better get our owl on there, right? Use our Barely Art glue. Get all along the edges so he doesn't stick up. There we go, Mr. Owl. And let's see here. That needs trimmed just a little bit. I'm thinking this is the front side here. A nice little dab of glue right there to keep it from fraying. There we go. And a nice little dab here to keep it from fraying. That's cool. I think though I want to take my Stabilo Woody and maybe add just a little bit of shading on the outside of this owl to maybe make him stand out a little bit. Let's see how that works for us after we get it on there, right? Sometimes what you think is going to work and look really cool ends up being like, oh, why did I do that? Okay, so I'll do that, and then I'll get my water brush. Let's see. A little bit of water. And then we'll just, there we go. Add a little shading here and there. Right along the edge. It's like a shadow. wish this spot here just doesn't seem to want to take any of the color. I don't like that white right there. Yeah, that may have done it. So there he is. There's our owl. Yep, Mr. Owl. Just push some of that color back a little bit. Okay. There we have our tags now. And I think the backs are done. I think there's plenty on there. And he is going to look spiffy, peeking out. Look at that. There he is. You're going to wonder, what is in there? Look at that eye peeking out at me. And we'll put the butterfly in here. So it's peeking out also. And then the little rose down here. Does page 1, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this little process video. Part 11, page 4 in our journal. So come back and see us again. We will be working on part 12 coming up real soon. Hit like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell so you receive notifications when I post something new. You have a wonderful day, and we shall see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye now.